One of the biggest challenges I've had as an investor is finding people who actually know what they're talking about, that I can trust and I like and actually want to work with longer term. I'm now 14 years into my journey as an investor and have bought more than $400 million worth of property for myself and my clients. And I've finally got an incredible and world-class team of advisors. In today's video, I want to talk about who's in that team and how you can build your own. One of the most common questions we get asked on our YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, and through the podcast is who's actually in the team of advisors. Now, in the good old days when I was just getting started, it was super simple. A good accountant, a good solicitor, a good building and pest inspector, and a good property manager. But as I've grown as an investor, I've also added a builder, a whole bunch of tradespeople, a tax depreciation specialist, a town planner, and an engineer. The combination of these specialists completely protects me from my own downside. And I've got people who are all in and absolutely obsessive. They're not just investors themselves, but they've been in the game for 10 plus years. They've gone through the bruises, the bumps, they've been through the ebbs and flows. They've seen things change and they absolutely and unconditionally have my back. Now, it's absolutely not always been this way for myself. I'm now at either bank manager or mortgage broker number 7. I've had at least 5 accountants. I've had 5 or 6 solicitors. I've had about 10 different property managers, 7 different builders, 5 different granny flat builders, 3 different town planners. It's taken me so long to build and develop this team. The thing that I wish I knew and I want you to know as a first or second or third time investor is your team is going to be okay, but it's going to grow and improve with time, and you're not always going to get the perfect people straight off the bat. Now, the next biggest question I get asked is, how do I actually find these people? How did I, shit, lost my water. How did I keep knocking shit off my chair all the time? No, how did I actually build this team of advisors? The water's back, but it's completely empty. So for me, in the good old days, I've always been a person that asks other people. So I think a great place to start is ask somebody who's bought property near you or in the same state that you're buying, and ask them who they worked with. Now, it could have been their own home or it could have been investment. And it's as simple as going, look, I'm thinking about buying a property. Which solicitor did you work with in New South Wales? Or I'm thinking of buying something over there in Perth. Do you have a property manager that you could recommend, and what were they like? Now, the cool thing about getting a referral is if that person's had a good experience, then most likely you're going to have an okay one. If that person's had a shit time, then you're not going to work with them because they're going to talk poorly about that experience. One of the ways that I sanity check referrals is through Google reviews. Now, in my business, I think we've got over 160 5-star reviews now, and many of the good solicitors, building and pest inspectors, property managers, and mortgage brokers out there should be in a similar position where if they're doing the right thing by people longer term, then the truth is going to come out online. If you don't know anybody or you're buying in a state that you're completely unfamiliar with and you're trying to figure it out, obviously Google can be good as well. It can be a good starting point. Or a simpler way is if you've got a referral into a solicitor, just saying, well, do you know a building and pest inspector that's been good through your conveyancing team that you've worked with? Do you know a property manager on the ground up there? Do you know? And use that one key person of influence to introduce you to the other people that you need. You know, the simplest possible way, which is the way our clients have done it, is just to come and work with someone like us, and then we introduce them to our entire team. So the building and pest inspector, property manager, solicitors, builders, engineers, and absolutely everybody else that they need. And then they know they've been verified by me, they've got all the right licensing, they've got the right experience, they're investors themselves, and they are actually kind people that really care about getting you the best outcome. And then it's really just a gut check. Sometimes my clients even say after working with us, hey, I really enjoyed these bunch of advisors, but I'm going to go find or continue to work with my own mortgage broker, or next time round, I might find my own building and pest inspector because of this experience. And ultimately, when crafting or building a world-class team of advisors, you're going to have to go through that journey. No matter how much I like somebody, or your referral partner, or Google likes somebody, at the end of the day, you've got to trust them. It's a long-term relationship and you've got to work with them, get on with them, and then hopefully move from where you are today to a high-quality, safe property portfolio that sets yourself and your family up for long-term financial freedom. Now, if you're thinking about buying a property in the next 12 months, I'd love to offer you a one-on-one strategy session. all you have to do is simply jump over to www.pumpedonproperty.com. We'll be able to talk about where you are today and where you'd like to be longer term. And if you do decide to become one of those extremely small number of people that we work with each month, then we will introduce you to a truly world-class team of advisors that will be able to hold your hand on your journey to financial freedom and financial independence through property. But either way, we'd love to talk to you, educate you on the current market, and then you can take that with a grain of salt and go and absolutely smash it on your own or potentially jump on board. But either way, we wish you absolutely all the best. Know that investing in property and working towards your longer term goals is going to take a little bit longer than you expect. But from my experience from doing this now for the last 14 years and helping more than 1,000 people work towards their dream portfolio, it is absolutely worth the blood, sweat, tears, fear, good times, bad times, bumps and bruises in the market to move towards where you are, and it will completely change your future.
Woo! That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Getting
That's
cool,
it.
bro. Yeah. Oh, sweaty. So sweaty. Oh, that's good. Look at that.
So nice, eh?
Oh.